Welcome back, everybody, to Spaghetti Shootout. This is episode number 4 or something. I don't know. If our pre-roll, honestly, leading up to this episode is any indication of how things are to go, then this could get pretty interesting.
That on the nose.
Oh yeah, we should probably do that. I think I'm on.
Is ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's light this candle. I had set it, we were moving, and then I set it like on my floor mat of my rear pickup, of the pickup, thinking like, oh, I'll remember it there. Which I did when I went to vacuum it out, and I heard it sucked up, and it just rattled through.
You know when something gets sucked up in a vacuum, it's not gone forever.
No, it was at the car wash vacuum.
Oh, it's gone forever. I'm Jimmy Hamilton. I'm the host here of our Spaghetti Shootout, and across from me are our debaters, Mark Boardman and Ryan Muckenhern. This ought to be good. Now, let us briefly enter into the caveat corral, if you will, as we go over some of the rules and other things for those of you who may be just joining us. So, I have a tablet in front of me. I'm going to be awarding points as I pitch these guys a few topics, and they simply debate them for 2 minutes. The points scoring is entirely up to me. I know last time I was feeling a little more generous with the points. Before that, I was a little bit more stringent, stingy, something.
See, everybody can mix up a word.
Everybody can mix up a word.
Not everybody can mix up that word.
Not that bad, though. We won't have to bleep that one out. Anyway, so it's entirely up to me. As we all know, this is a full-on dictatorship, folks. So you have that. You have to please the judge here. Ryan, you think you're going to be more fun this time?
Possibly.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm going to liven it up a little. I'm going to get hip.
Yeah.
A little less,
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
loose,
Get a little hip.
Good deal. Now, very importantly, I want to make sure everybody remembers that you can be a part of this. You could be the meatball of the month. Jared Lovejoy was on the last episode, and we do have another one for this particular episode. All you have to do to be that is comment below on YouTube or send in an email. We'll flash up the email address here on the screen if you're watching on YouTube, and give us a suggestion for a topic you'd like to see these two debate. One that very easily has two sides that you think ideally they'll disagree on, because let's be honest, that's more entertaining. And if yours is selected, then you get an awesome prize package. It is a Crossfire 10x42 binocular. It is a $100 shopping spree at the Vortex Gear website. That's to get some pretty awesome apparel. Mark, I see you're not wearing your Vortex gear today. Well
What are you talking about? I got the hat and the socks.
Yeah, but your shirt, you know,
What's a nice shirt?
That's
It's a
prime
great
real
shirt.
estate. That's the windshield.
You can't do 3 things. Like,
That's
he's got
the
one thing.
windshield
He's
on the
got one
NASCAR.
thing. I've got 2 things, and I'm the one that's,
Your shirt right there, it might as well be the windshield on the NASCAR. That's prime real estate. Fig Newtons. Anyway, you could also win a cameo from Mark Boardman over here. That's really exciting stuff. That's obviously something you're going to want.
Nobody's in it for the other stuff. That's what they want.
They're in it for the cameo. Without further ado, I'd say it's about time we jump into some of these topics, folks. Now, I will also point out that I have been given an extra tool in my toolbox. It's a mute button. Behind this cube is a very bomb-like looking instrument made by MC Ryan. It is my mute button. I can mute either of these gentlemen for 5 seconds if I really don't like what's coming out of their mouths. Okay, I think I've done it. Let us depart the caveat corral onto the main street of our Wild West town for you two to duel.
Big corral today.
Big corral, yeah, sorry about that. Topic number 1, gentlemen. What would be the coolest small game animal to scale up to the size of a moose? We're going to start with Mark. You won the last round. We'll start with you. Again, gentlemen, you have 2 minutes to debate freely, back and forth. Please begin.
Jim, I really think this is actually an easy one, and I am going to go with the squirrel. Can you imagine a squirrel scaled up to the size of a moose with their agility, their ability to climb trees? I mean, think of them like you think, oh, the squirrel's chattering at me in a tree, like, oh, big deal, right? You scale that thing up to the size of a moose, bam. You're probably pretty, this is probably a dangerous game at this point. You know, we just about like, oh, we should have a squirrel tournament. You know, you could score the skull size. Can you imagine the skull of a squirrel the size of a moose? It's going to be about half as big as this table. And then you talk about the, well, I'd say the, how widespread they are throughout the country. Very common game animal. I think you replace the whitetail with the squirrel. You scale that thing up to the size of a moose.
All right.
Yeah, that's
all
my
right.
thing. I'm
Ryan?
going with the
Hot
squirrel.
dog. Well, and I was thinking squirrel originally. I don't get to see the questions ahead of time, so this was fun for me to really pick on. I'm going rabbit, though, not to just be a contrarian to Mark's squirrel. Mark's squirrel was a good answer, but I think rabbit, and here's why. Squirrels live in trees. You know where to look for them. Rabbits live everywhere. They live in the desert. They live in the swamps. They live in the brush. We also have different kinds of rabbits, lagomorphs in general. Okay, so are we talking about like a hare or a jackrabbit or a cottontail? What? Can you
Same with
imagine?
the squirrels, gray squirrel, fox squirrel, all the squirrels.
Mark's right. Mark's right.
Point.
Can you imagine though? You know, you think about going rabbit hunting. You're brush busting through the briars and everything like that, and you bump a 1,200-pound rabbit. Here's what happens.
Oh, I love the visual.
We don't know what happens. Okay, so you bump that thing. If you're an accustomed to rabbit hunting, kind of guy, rabbit comes out, you shoot in the butt. No, rabbit turns on you. Now you have to make a decision: solids or shot. Right?
Dude,
are you going cranial? Are you going rib cage? What are you doing?
I don't know. Do you think you're not using birdshot anymore?
I don't know.
You don't know, Mark? Point away. Got to be ready for this kind of thing. Talking about moose-sized small game.
I was just about to get to it. I said I don't know. That was like more of like a pause or a comma.
It sounds like you need to be muted. Mute. Ryan, anything else?
No, I'm pretty good with rabbits the size of moose.
Okay, well, Mark. Mark was the first one to be muted. Now that the mute button is an option.
You just wanted to use the button.
Maybe I did. It's really fun. A red light lights up.
You're attracted to bright lights.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we end topic number 1 with Ryan being ahead 19 to Mark's 9.
My God.
Mark, you kind of got throttled there. I thought the squirrel response, it was kind of, it was low-hanging fruit.
What
and
do you
also,
mean it's low-hanging
There was
fruit?
a point
Can you
where you had
imagine-
to pause to contemplate what you were trying to say at one point. I just thought Ryan was a little more smooth, I'm just saying. These are I'm giving you
He
tips.
is your favorite.
I'm giving you tips. You won the last round.
Your favorite son.
On a technicality. All right, anyway. Topic number 2. Okay, topic number 2. This just says, why the hate on the Puffy Vest? I actually think this one came from someone internally here at work. For those of you not familiar, Mr. Mark Boardman over here, he really does favor the Puffy Vest as a garment to be worn in really early fall through pretty much late spring around here in Wisconsin, which could mean literally anything weather-wise. Big fan. Some people don't understand it. Mark does. That's all that's important if you're wearing it. So let's debate, gentlemen. Ryan, you are going to start. Your 2 minutes begins now.
I'm going to begin by tipping my hat to my cohort over here, Mr. Mark Boardman, because I hated on
Very
the Puffy.
sportsmanlike.
I hated on the Puffy initially. I thought it looked silly. I don't know what I thought about it. I thought I should be pouring coffee downtown instead of doing anything outside.
Which does sound delightful.
Mark turned me onto the Puffy garment. And so I have now become an adopter. But that's not the question. The question is, why hate on the Puffy Vest? And let me tell you.
And the vest specifically. It's an
vest
odd
specifically.
garment.
I'm going to tell you why I'm going to hate on the Puffy Vest a little bit. Mark wears a Puffy Vest probably 300 out of 365 days, right? True. And I believe that he wears a Puffy Vest much like he would some sort of security blanket, some sort of life jacket, if you will. It makes him appear larger. It makes him appear more technical. It makes him appear more aggressive. I hate on the Puffy Vest because of its appearance, and it has no sleeves. What are we supposed to do with that? It has no sleeves, Mark.
All right, here's the deal. You guys are right. I love the Puffy Vest. There's few garments I love in life more than the Puffy Vest.
You just said that.
It is it's both the
Really
most
hammering that home.
maligned and celebrated of the outdoor apparel items. I don't just celebrate it, I want to party with it. You want to talk about, what are you trying to keep warm? What are you trying to keep warm when you're outside? Your organs, right? That's what you got to keep warm. You get warm core, hands-free, baby. Warm core, hands-free. And you can wear, I'm surprised I'm not wearing one today. It was in the 50s on the way to work today. I should be wearing a Puffy Vest right now. You can wear it with a t-shirt, a long sleever, a lightweight hoodie. It is the perfect layering piece. And guess what? Oh, you're on a hunt? Oh, should I pack this extra garment because it weighs a lot? No, it weighs basically nothing. And then you can throw it underneath your puffy jacket with your jacket on top. Boom, you're warm.
Double
one of the
puff.
most versatile. You look good. You got to look good to feel good. And, you know what? I'm going over time here. here's what I'm going to say, Ryan. Here's what I'm going to say. I can get by a lot of things in life. I don't care your politics. I don't care your religion. If you don't like the Puffy Vest, we are too far apart to be friends.
Wow.
I didn't mean that.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. I'm not going to give you any points. I'm not going to give any points. I won't take any away.
At least I caught up.
I at least appreciate how strongly worded that was. Ryan, also, I'm not sure how you didn't get more points for that. I did enjoy your argument overall. Mark just seemed to be racking up points. When he started talking about partying with the Puffy Vest, partying with Puff.
Puff party, baby.
Puff party. Yes, sir.
The question was, why the hate on the Puffy Vest? Mark didn't answer it.
Okay, you with the robot. All right, Mark.
Well, technically.
Robot. Yeah, all right, Ryan, come on.
I'm just saying.
We've discussed this.
You're 8 points ahead. 5. Sorry, math.
It's okay.
You're going to do fine.
Thank you.
Mark, you actually lost a point for some pretty bad math there. So you're back down to 22.
I corrected it.
Let's update everybody who's just
You
listening
never take
right
points
now.
away from him. Go.
You're getting a mute. All right, so we end round 2 with Mark being at 22 points and Ryan being at 28. So the gap has been closed slightly by Mark. We're coming up on the meatball of the month.
Meatball, 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 meatball.
Meatball. Very exciting. So let's jump on into that topic number 3 here, gentlemen. The Duke of Tank. I believe that was a YouTube handle of some sort. We'll try and reach out to you and find you for your prizes. The Duke of Tank asked a great one. And he or she, I'm guessing he is a Duke, so must have, I don't know, who can be Dukes nowadays? I'm just not sure. Must have known that we have a soft spot for all things Wisconsin, so just really hit us right there in our hearts with this one. What's more
right there in our hearts clogged with cheese.
Yes, what's more Wisconsin, the Green Bay Packers or cheese curds? Ryan started the last one, so Mark, you're going to kick off this one. Let me reset the clock this time so I don't have that technical difficulty. And your 2 minutes, gentlemen, begins.
First off, Jim, I'd love to know where the Duke of Tank name comes from or what it means. Beyond that, great question. I mean, we are known as the dairy state, right? We're Wisconsin, we're the dairy state. A very strong dairy tradition here. Everybody loves cheese. People are making cheese curds, all the things, right? I still think the Packers are more Wisconsin. You look at another strong tradition here, deer hunting, right? I mean, basically, everybody hunts deer, right? That Packer game hits on Sunday of opening of gun season. Those stands are filled with people in camo and blaze. They actually gave up their deer hunting to go watch the Packer game, where they're probably actually consuming some cheese and probably a few beers. I'm just going to go with the Packers. I mean, you don't see people like wearing cheese gear all the time. Like, oh, like I got my cheese shirt, my cheese hat, my cheese sticker on my car. No, it's Packers all the way. Wisconsin people love the Green Bay Packers. And actually, a lot of people outside Wisconsin that don't even live here, they love the Packers too.
All right, Ryan, what do you have to say about that?
Mark makes a compelling argument, and I would be inclined to agree with him. When I moved to the state of Wisconsin, one thing in my life was a constant prior to my arrival here, and it was cheese. I had a lot of cheese, curd form, slice form, American Kraft Singles, whatever you got. Something I did not anticipate,
Can you get a minus
though.
point for Kraft Singles?
It's
What's wrong with
cheese.
Kraft Singles?
Whatever.
Cut into my time
again,
slot.
seriously.
One thing that was I completely and totally underestimated was the tenacity toward the Packers, how much people embraced and loved them. I was driving around, apparently a Sunday, I'm not a sports fan, driving around, no people on the road, zero people, no people in public. I come to find out they're watching the Pack. It is a religion here in Wisconsin, and they take it extremely seriously. They will forego, as Mark pointed out, things like deer opener, things like school, things like church, in order to watch the Pack. They are nuts about it. It's in their blood.
The Pack is those things to those people.
Look at that. The Duke of Tank, you actually found a topic that they seem to agree on. That's a difficult one because I will say that you're picking two things. It's like having to choose between two kids. It's, you know, every...
Ugh. We make some amazing cheese here, by the way. When you always hear about Wisconsin cheese, you know, before I moved here, I'm like, cheese is cheese. No, we have really good cheese here.
It's different. It's just built different.
Yeah.
Okay, so congrats on winning this month's Meatball of the Month.
Also, Ryan does that impersonation of a person from Wisconsin.
I thought it was excellent.
I thought it was.
What are you going to say, Mark? What are you going to say? Offensive?
Well, I don't know. I'm probably not going to say anything because I'll probably get muted.
Are you offended again? I tell you what, this guy gets offended like,
I wasn't offended. I'm just saying, like, I think that could be offensive to people from Wisconsin.
At least I call them the Packers and nothing else.
What would you have called them?
I don't know. Some sort of slip.
How about minus a point for not having an answer to his own thing?
What?
Fine. Go, please.
You know, your hostility is going to cost you.
I'm a little agitated right now.
I can tell. You need to chill out. I'm going to mute you again just to chill out. All right. We're going to move on to topic number 4. Nobody could hear that.
4 topics, 4 mutes.
You're muted again. Okay. What is the best hunting dog breed and why? This is a very exciting one, and Ryan is going to kick it off because Mark kicked off the Meatball of the Month question. Let me reset the clock once again, and Ryan, begin.
I'd like to start with saying that I've had a lot of hunting dogs over my life, a couple different breeds, but I have a huge favoritism towards the Labrador Retriever. Now, before my friend Mark can interject, because he doesn't have a hunting dog.
That's debatable. That's debatable.
Mark, if your dog can fit in a grocery bag, it is not a hunting dog. Anyway, the Labrador Retriever and why. Labrador Retrievers are, of course, bred to be a water dog, and they're exceptional at that. My last dog, Abrams, great dog, phenomenal duck dog. He didn't care about cold, he didn't care about ice, he didn't care about whitecaps, none of it. He was also an extraordinary upland dog, and by the time I, quote, retired him and handed him off to my father to use as a hunting dog, he became an upland dog through and through. He would pound through cattails in the South Dakota pothole region, chasing up pheasants like crazy. He was great on grouse. He was even decent on rabbit in a pinch. Aside from that, loving and affectionate house animal. He spent most of his last days living life as a 100-pound cat.
Love that.
Beat that with your cockapoo or whatever it is.
Ooh, Mark, let's hear it. Mark's going to get to go over a little bit because Ryan went a little long.
Jim, I have to agree with my counterpart. I'm going with America's most popular dog for the last 31 years, the Labrador Retriever. Now, ever since now, Ryan, yeah, I haven't owned a Labrador Retriever. I've always wanted one. As a young boy, I was infatuated, loved labs, loved everybody's lab, was never allowed to have one. How about a point for sympathy?
Can we get,
Jim?
yeah, can
a
MC
boy
Ryan
without a
dub
dog.
in some violin?
It's
sad
criminal.
Violin?
It's criminal. They come in several different colors. You got your blacks, you got your chocolates, you got your yellow labs. What color do you want? They probably make a color. They're beautiful. They're duck dogs, they're upland dogs, they're great family dogs. Oh, you want to go hunt ducks in the cold freezing weather? Great. Oh, you want to hang out and watch some football, lay by the fire? They want to do that too. They want to do what you want to do. Labs are phenomenal. Now, it doesn't stop at hunting. You said I could go over.
You get a couple seconds.
It doesn't stop at hunting, though. They're fantastic for sight-impaired people. They can sniff out bombs. They can detect cancer. They can, help with people with diabetes. The jobs that the lab can do are endless. They're smart. They're kind. They're great around kids. You gotta love the Labrador Retriever.
All right. Went a little even off the hunting specific topic there, but I appreciate it. Both of you.
Still at 37.
Again, what's the deal with you guys agreeing so much lately? I thought there's so many dogs that you guys could have picked.
That's the one.
I'm not going to argue. I think labs are phenomenal, but there's a lot of other good hunting dog breeds out there. I would love it, in fact, if some of the folks who are watching, listening, whatever it is, if you're going to follow up back with this on Instagram with the post, comment what your favorite hunting dog breed is, and if it is outside of the old Labrador Retriever, because there's dogs are unique, man. They come in every different shape, size, color. Also, Ryan, I am. I'll take points off myself once again, but I'm going to actually take off 2 points from you because you said if your dog can fit in a grocery bag, it can't be a hunting dog. I would. And I'm going to speak on behalf of potentially some of the listeners out there who are big Beagle fans.
It'd be a big grocery bag.
Be a big grocery bag, but I don't know. You go into some, maybe you go into a Costco or a Woodman's or something like that. They've got some larger grocery bags. And I mean, Beagles, while dense, they might rip the bottom out of the grocery bag. Yeah. Technically, I'm just thinking they could probably fit.
You could probably
a
fit
smaller one.
My wife was at the grocery store the other day and saw a person with a rabbit in a backpack designed to carry pets.
Not a great hunting dog.
Walking around with it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was their pet.
Yeah.
Did they have it in one of those backpacks that has like the subway bubble window in the back?
I think it had like some sort of ventilation.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm sure the
Good
people...
story, you get a point.
Thank you. I'm sure the people, they may or may not be wondering, probably not, the dog that we have, which is a fantastic family dog. We got it for our girls. It is a Cavalier King Charles. It's the smallest of the Spaniels. And although we did not train it for hunting, I have seen it on the YouTube, retrieving ducks and things of that nature. In fact, one of the warnings that came with that dog was they're like, oh, be careful because it still has some hunting instinct. And I'm like, please, please let it. And it does. It shows some signs of that sort of thing. And it weighs 21 pounds. Weighed it yesterday.
Other warning that came with that dog is be careful. It can get stuck under the fridge.
Zinger, you get those points back, Ryan.
Thank you.
Okay, so at the end of topic number 4, we have Ryan with 47 points and Mark with 38. Mark, gonna have to come on strong on topic 5 here.
Why does my side of the board always appear to be broken?
What do you mean it's broken? Every time I've pushed a point scoring button, you've gotten a point or more.
Press it more.
Mute. Okay, topic number 5. I hope, Mark, you can come back on this one because Ryan is honestly, he's looking confident when he just saw it blink up on the screen there. Because topic number 5 is, what is the best road trip energy drink? I would like to point out, gentlemen, I'm going to give you a little pre-roll for this topic here. Energy drink means that it is probably caffeinated, I'm assuming, and it comes in beverage form. So it doesn't have to be labeled, like Monster Energy Drink or Rockstar Energy Drink, something like that. It doesn't have to be one of those ones that comes in like a can. It can just be black coffee. It could be whatever, all right? So I'd like to point that out. Mark, you're starting this one, I believe. Ryan started the last one. Begin, 2 minutes.
Jim, now this is one I feel people are pretty passionate about. They love their energy drinks these days, and they love them for road trips. Now, admittedly, I try and stay off the energy drinks a little bit because I do believe in some ways they are, in fact, poison. But that doesn't mean that I don't drink them, and it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate them. And if I'm going to go in on an energy drink, I'm going all in. They make like, oh, 0 sugar, or this is a diet one, or this one has this. Who the hell cares? You are having an energy drink. You need to go all in, both feet, all the sugar, all the caffeine, all the guarana. I don't know, not guana. You don't want that. But don't eat that, by the way. I'm just saying I'm going all in. I'm going in with a Monster Energy Pipeline Punch, all the flavor, all the sweet, all the sugar, all the caffeine, and all the things. Because guess what? I'm trying to get tuned up. Bam.
Yeah, baby.
Having seen Mark on.
I feel like I'm on an energy drink right now.
We've seen it before. We've gone into the podcast and he's like, it's taking over.
Oh, yeah. Okay? Oh, yeah.
And it's fantastic. I'm going to disagree, though, and I'm going to tell you why. Great product will get you tuned, will keep you on the road. That extra crap in there, not just the pure chemical that fuels that fire within you, just kind of bogs you down. If I'm going to pick anything, it's going to be the Rip It sugar-free, 99 cents. Okay, the official energy drink, unofficial energy drink.
Whippets, he's getting points.
The unofficial, official energy drink of the United States Armed Forces. Rip It's. I can remember a time at the old building in which if you were late, you had to bring Rip It's from Quick Trip. We were keyhole shotgunning them in the back parking lot. Jimmy Jordan says to me, Ryan, my ears are itching. I want to ride bikes. Rip It energy drink. Inexpensive, available, and absolutely the best value when you talk about pound for pound the energy you get from them.
Wow, look at that. That whip crack came not just in time though, Mark. Had that whip cracked a little sooner, you wouldn't have gotten that last couple of points slinging him ahead of you. Mark, I'd like to point out as well that, in fact, actually during Ryan's explanation of Rip It energy drinks, you threw in a funny comment in the middle of it. I gave you a point for that.
Thank you.
Just because Ryan's in the middle of something, this is a debate, gentlemen. Just because your opponent is in the middle of something doesn't mean that you have to be completely silent. It just means that if you do interject, it's got to be good. Because if it's not good, I'm going to mute you for sure and take off points. It'll be terrible. So high risk, potential high reward.
Appreciate that. Jim, I'll tell you what this could have been just circumstance of being extremely tired.
Right.
But when we were on a road trip, I think, was it all three of us? I'll tell you what is not an energy drink. It's a triple shot espresso
I was with
drink.
you on that one.
Because I hosed one of those things down and then immediately fell asleep.
It's true, yeah.
Not at the wheel.
No, I was driving. I was next to you. Yeah, and you.
I wasn't a good
kid you
co-pilot.
not. Just for those who are watching, listening, I kid you not. This man, Mark, is so. I don't know if the word is immune or if the word is whatever it is. He's grown so accustomed to his body being just catapulted throughout the levels of caffeinated, whatever that is, that. We were at a gas station. He bought a triple shot of espresso in a can, a little tiny can, probably for your own good. It's so tiny.
I perused the aisle. I was like, which one's got the most?
You slammed it. And no sooner were we pulling out of the gas station parking lot, getting on the on-ramp, and by the time I was at speed on the interstate, you were asleep.
This triple shot makes me sleepy.
It was pretty incredible. But here we lie.
This is it.
At the end of this spaghetti shootout. Ryan, you're back on a potential winning streak here. You had a little falter there last round. 58 points to Mark's 56. A close game. That's all we can ask for. All we can ask for is an entertaining close game.
How about some of those, maybe just some points after, like you did last time?
Points after?
Yeah,
no, points
like
after I told everybody that I was thinking about awarding points after. Yeah, little PAT. That's not how.
That's not how it works.
You know what? It might be how it works. It just wasn't how it worked today because I deemed it wasn't going to work that way today.
Fair enough, right?
So.
Good game.
A little handshake, good sportsmanship there. Love that. Love that. All right, everybody. After a little edit there, if you saw a jump cut, it's because I forgot the last crack. Ryan, you're going to get a last crack. That's a minute to go on about something, probably some boring robot thing, But anyway, Ryan, you get a minute. Let's hear what you have to say. Go.
On today's last crack, this game was a close shave. But I'm surprised because Mark Boardman, my esteemed colleague, has not shaved in some time. The beard is back, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Boardman has arrived for the fall, and I'm very excited about it. But in all seriousness, as we draw closer to hunting season again, now is a perfect time to start categorizing and cataloging your gear. This week, my objective today is to get my merinos and my mid layers and my top layers out and looked at, amended if need be, clean, prepped, and ready to rock and roll. And if you're missing that critical piece of gear, now's the time to find it, put it on the list, and get it procured before the hunting season starts. That's all I got. Be prepared. Don't be like me and wait for the last 18 minutes before your hunt to load your ammo, find your knife, etc., etc. That's my last crack.
And that's your tip of the day. I noticed you don't have my cup today. Did the guilt get to you?
Oh, yeah. What happened?
It's got mold in it.
You let it get moldy?
I did.
It's like stainless. You can easily clean that out,
It's
right?
on principle now. I look at it, I'm like, it's kind of crusty. It fits.
Just leave it?
Yeah, it fits.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see that, Ryan? He's neglecting your cup. Treating it like trash.
I'd like to say I'm surprised.
But you're not.
Nope.
I would love to come in and just see an absolute just overthrow, like a re-seizure by force.
Maybe he can take all the rest of the stuff he leaves on my desk off too.
Maybe that as well.
Yeah, I want my stuff back.
Cool. You better bring a cart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we complete this episode of Spaghetti Shootout. Thank you all for tuning in, listening, watching, however it is that you consume this content. We do ask that you continue to comment down below. If you're watching on YouTube, that's great. Go over to the Instagram post. Anyway, there's like 1,000 ways to comment these days. People are also sending us emails. We love seeing that. Whether that is a submission for the Meatball of the Month topic, that can be submitted to us any of those ways as well. Just make sure you caveat that you are submitting a meatball. You just put meatball or hashtag meatball, something like that, before your suggestion. Or if it is to argue one of these gentlemen's points, we always love seeing that as well. Do you think Ryan should have won today? Do you think Mark maybe should have had his second win in Spaghetti Shootout history?
Do you think that the scoring is consistently weighted one way? Maybe that's a question.
I don't think anybody thinks that, and even if they did, it wouldn't matter.
They'll probably comment. I bet people do.
It wouldn't matter.
I'm going to comment.
But in the end, yes, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We always appreciate it. We'll see you on the next Spaghetti Shootout. Bye.
Bye.
You've set a precedence, Boardman.
We have some.
You've really set a lot.
Yeah, I know.
I deleted them.
My life is a blooper. That's why I hate when you guys record. I hate recording this.
My life is a blooper. Mark Boardman.
You know, I shouldn't say that. I need to be more positive. Actually, I've committed to be more positive. My life is great. Really is.